And we're magically working again.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hello. What is going on?
Not much, man. How's it been your side?
Pretty good. Uh,
Sick. Dude, you'll never guess. I
yeah.
just noticed now that our names and our
Yeah, our
email,
email addresses end with like
what
18.
the heck, dude?
It's
What the hell?
I mean,
That is
mine is
so
like
weird.
just because my birthday is on like the 18th of December.
Oh
Like
yeah?
so when I like
Oh,
set it up when I
sick.
was 13, like it was just like add on 18 at the
Yeah.
end. So
Sick.
that's my reason for mine.
Yeah, mine and my girlfriend's anniversary, so
Okay, cool.
that's our date, yeah, so it's pretty sick.
Yeah,
That's pretty
it's
awesome.
like that with my mom and my brother as well. Like
Oh
my
yeah.
brother's ends with a 9 and my mom ends
Oh,
with a
sick, man.
13. Like it's just
Oh, that's so rad.
yeah, super
I
random.
dig your headphones, bro. Those look
Thank
so
you.
sick.
I like swap between AirPods and this.
Yeah, that looks insane.
I think I just have
Those
like
are
less
prop.
mic issues.
Yeah, of course, and awesome for gaming. That would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
awesome. Cool.
cool.
So, are you online already?
I am, yes. Do you have two
Um,
accounts on here now?
on where?
On Code Sandbox. There's like a I don't know. I just see like this too. Maybe it's both your account, but like from different devices.
Let me just see. Uh,
I just see it in the top like bar there on the right, like next to
dude,
share.
that is super weird. I don't even know how that is working.
Maybe you just have multiple windows open and they're like two different like cursors that it's measuring. I don't know.
That is so weird.
It's probably
Oh
the
well.
case. Oh, my
Well,
recording didn't like work yesterday, so I'm hoping it works today.
oh shucks,
But
man.
it's fine.
That's
Like it doesn't
oh,
matter.
awesome.
I'd still be doing this if we weren't recording. It's just like
Oh yeah.
useful.
Shot, man.
So,
Yeah, that's so weird. I don't understand the other profile.
yeah,
That
it's
is
chilled.
super weird, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, in the time of between yesterday and today, we haven't broken anything. Everything still works as far as I know.
yeah,
If I add my name twice, it just updates my points. If I add your name, it just adds you there. If we put in new guy and give him most points, it sorts him to the top. So our happy little app works. Cool.
yeah.
um,
Are you currently in app.js, bro?
yeah, yeah. So
Okay, so you
I'm
know
only
what
here.
it is. It is because I have another tab open. Let's see if I
Aha.
close this one.
Yeah, there you go. We've just lost
There we
your
go.
friendly tab. Not that it really
Sick.
mattered much, but yeah.
Nah, yeah,
um,
awesome.
yeah. So you basically working on your project on VS Code and like just like going
Yeah,
through it again there.
yeah,
Okay,
I go
sweet.
through everything. Like I even took the time this morning. So what I did is, dude, it's so weird. I woke up. I can't believe it. But anyway, and then I
Congrats.
went through everything. It's like an achievement.
It's like yeah, life
Um,
goals.
so I went through everything, but I built it all in the class components, literally everything, and then I'm gonna convert it to the functional components, and then obviously to the use state side that
Yeah,
we've been
where
working
you
on
need
now.
to with last stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
I think you can definitely like see. I don't know, like what I used to do before like use state was a thing. So I still used functional components for like stuff where you didn't need to use state. So like
yes, of
your
course.
contestants display, like
Yeah,
that component obviously it's not using state or anything, so we made functional
yeah,
components out of that anyway, because otherwise you just have
yeah,
this like big class like boilerplate thing with like
yes,
a render method in there when it
that's
can
awesome.
really be simplified. So yeah, but I mean it is good that you know both, because I mean I'm sure like if you end up collaborating with other people, some people will use class components, some people like use
Yeah,
functional. um
yeah, exactly.
but
And
yeah.
also, honestly, I just need to try and grasp all the
Yeah,
concepts
yeah, and
because,
I do
yeah,
think class components kind of help you grasp it a bit more.
yeah,
It kind of helps you understand like the like nitty gritty stuff of like how it works.
yeah, definitely.
Um,
I've noticed that.
but yeah, the functional components are just so much cleaner and so much like
It
it's
is. It's
like, oh,
way cleaner. But
everything
for
just fits.
understanding side, it's like
Yeah,
different. But now I do understand more and more, so
yeah.
that's awesome.
So like example in the display data, like, this is
Yeah.
just props destructured. I mean, what
Yeah,
actually goes in here,
exactly.
you could say props, and then like props dot. Um,
Yeah,
but we just destructured contestants.
destructure. Yeah,
Still
it's
say
so cool.
const. Classic.
I don't think you'll ever stop saying that.
Yeah. It's just like so ingrained in me to say const.
Yeah, it's good though.
Constestants. Okay. um,
Contestant.
was it the
Yeah,
input that
so
we made our we made our little capitalized function? Oh, you've changed
oh,
it up a bit.
have I?
I think so.
Oh yes, I
Yeah, you
did.
did some nice
Um,
little extra logic
yeah,
stuff in there.
so I went and I was just checking, and then I found how some people do it on Stack Overflow,
Yeah.
and then I checked out
Yeah, this is probably a
like
better like
yeah.
kind of
So
thing
I
for
just
it.
thought yeah, so I just thought it would be better because now we enter your name
Oh yeah, it will
and
capitalize like
surname
every word.
exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's yeah, so
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
sweet. That doesn't
But
change what I was gonna do, so yeah.
I actually wanted to ask you something on
Yes.
this. So yeah, where okay, just for me to understand the way this function obviously works and stuff. So what
Yeah.
I understood is we're first converting name to lowercase, correct?
Yeah, so you're converting the whole name to lowercase just in case, like, you're cleaning it up
Yeah.
basically, because what if the person
Yeah.
types like full caps their name?
Yes, of
So
course.
then you're
Okay.
making the whole name lowercase just so it's like at a base level. And then what
Yeah.
you're doing there with that split method is you're splitting
Split.
it like by every space that there is. So what this
Okay.
technically does
Yes.
is the split string turns it into an array. So now
Okay.
what you basically end up having is like you have an array of like, let's just do my name, Barry, and then like that's my surname, like Doyle in
Yeah.
there. So that's what you get if I write Barry Doyle. This is what your output would be if you did
Okay.
this split.
Yes.
So it splits it,
And
and
that's why
then
we join it again.
yeah, the what you put in here is the like it's called the delimiter. Um,
Yeah.
so like
So we could even split it
you
by
could
the
put like
A
an
or
and
whatever.
or something or like whatever,
Okay.
like or a
Okay.
comma if you wanted to split, but obviously because we're looking at a name, we're splitting it with like spaces.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. That's
yeah,
so
that's
rad.
that's what
Okay.
that does. So this like now it becomes an array of strings rather than like
Yes.
a string anymore. So now when we
That's so
loop,
cool.
we're looking at like, I mean this is technically like index,
Yeah.
but the name. So yeah, again name and name. This
Yeah.
index is just a number. So I mean I think I
Yes.
would um yeah, I
I
actually wouldn't call this like this name because you
name.
kind of like you're shadowing the variable names because this name is
Okay.
not the same as this name over here unless you're
Okay.
kind of like
So
resetting it. So I'd
so that would be
I'd call it index because you're kind of like
index.
mapping it through. I mean,
Okay.
for a for
Cool.
loop, we usually just say I because it means
Yeah.
I stands for index.
Cool. So I and this
No, but
up top
up
here as
there you
well.
keep it as name because
Oh, there you keep it
the
as name.
yeah. Sorry, I typed over you.
Okay. Who's
So
gonna do it? Who's
fuck.
gonna?
Cool. So this
Sweet.
name is the same as this name. That's
Oh,
correct. But the
okay.
stuff inside
Okay.
here, this
Oh, yes, because that's the parameter.
yeah.
Yes.
So this we're
Okay.
calling I, which means we've got to actually like say let I, because we're creating
Okay.
a new
Yeah.
variable I. Like
Okay.
so
Awesome.
that way you're not like reusing like because basically when you get down to here you're not
Yes.
using name anymore, so you can theoretically change it. It's just kind of bad practice, like
Okay.
to
Cool. Now I
change, like because
understand.
you want to. What if you want to reference that later on? Then you've changed it over
Okay.
here.
Yes. Of course.
So that's why you kind of like keep like a separation of concerns kind of vibe going there.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, so the reason I put letter in here is because we're creating a new variable, but that's going to be only
Yeah.
in the scope of this block. So
Okay. Cool.
and it's let because it's
Okay.
going to change because that's how for loop works.
Okay. Cool.
So what it's basically
Yeah.
saying is like start with I being 0. This loop will run as long as I is smaller than the length of this array.
Yeah.
And then every loop it's gonna like I is gonna increment. It's just gonna be +1. So that's what you know if this was like minus minus, your app would crash because it will run forever because it will always be less than a string. So
Okay, cool.
so this is like how you change I basically.
Okay.
So that means down here you're also saying split string at I, so like at 0
Yeah.
or at 1, because like Barry is at 0 now and Doyle is at 1.
Yeah.
And yeah, in all these cases I'm just going to change it to I because you want to
Cool.
do whatever there. So
Yeah.
what you're doing here is pretty much your this is the exact same thing as what you were doing in the capitalized method we used
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
So like that basically we understand that already. Like it's just looking, because you're in a loop, you're looking at like this word first, and then the next time it loops,
Yes.
you're looking at this word, and you're doing the same
Yes.
thing. So
Yeah.
you're like resetting that value to this,
Awesome.
and
Cool.
then yeah, so pretty straightforward here. You're just like basically making the first like letter uppercase, and then the rest of the
Yeah.
string you're just posting out like as it lowercase was set over here.
Yeah.
And then finally, the split string dot join. This is just the opposite of like split, So you're joining it.
Okay.
You're joining each
Yeah.
row
Now we're
here,
joining.
and
Yeah.
you're putting a space in between each join.
Yeah.
So that's what
Awesome.
that's for.
That's so cool.
And then returning it just means that the function will like return it. So when you used it down here,
Yeah.
the value that comes out of this the value that comes out of this is just going to be this value that's returned here, because that's how
Awesome.
functions work. Like functions can either do something or they can like return something, and in this case it's returning like
Sweet.
a string again, but just an updated
That's
string.
Awesome.
So
Sweet.
yeah, that's what we have going on here. I mean, I'll leave
That's
that
awesome.
as is.
Yeah.
Should
Sweet.
still work. I just saved and it's like all nicely
Yeah, it always
wrapped
does.
up again. Yeah, it's cool. It's it's part of it's like part of that linting thing where like you have
Yes.
a code editor. Like if this got longer, it would probably go into multiple lines. But yeah, you
Okay,
could like
yeah.
if you're using VS Code, I mean, you could probably set it in here somewhere. But
Probably, yeah.
like yeah, if you have a nice setup, you just kind of set it up to what I do is like I make sure that I can have two panes open and they kind of both fit on like two panes
Yeah.
in my monitor.
Of
So
course.
but yeah, so I think like the character limit there is like 100 or something.
Cool.
I don't even know. Or maybe 80.
Yeah,
Just
I
like
also
wraps.
just close the left side here, then it gives me more space to
Yeah.
work, So
I
I just
use
collapse that.
yeah. But we're gonna use that now. I'm gonna show you just now. But I use
Yeah.
something called like Prettier. Like I have like a special setup
Yes.
that I like to use. It's in my tutorial that I like gave you a copy
Awesome.
of. So you can
Sweet.
see what I do there. That's how I deal with those things.
Awesome.
But
Cool.
yeah. And that like combines with TSLint because I do TypeScript, so you'll probably learn about TypeScript when you look at that course, which is cool. But I
Sweet.
might teach you some here as well, but not today.
Sweet, man.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
let's pretend we wanted to use this somewhere else.
Okay.
What you could do is you could export this, like from here, and then like in I guess like if we just go to our app.js.
Yeah.
Since we had this word app over here down here at the h1, we could like decide, okay, it's just gonna be a string.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use my capitalized method here. Capitalize if I can spell. And the way to use that capitalized method, remember we had to export it.
Yes.
So back in the input, we exported it.
So
To import it,
in.
you've got to well, we're already using the input. It comes from the input file, right?
Yeah.
So we can basically do this, capitalize.
Okay, so
that would help. Capitalize. There we go.
Awesome.
So
okay.
This is the difference between like this means exporting default.
Yeah.
And then this is just like another module that's exported within. So
yes.
if we went to Contestants Display,
yeah,
and instead of saying export default, we just said export display data, then we'd have to say like we'd have to do this. But we also the name becomes important because we export display data.
Oh yes.
We need to
Okay.
export like display data.
Okay.
Yeah, and it should work. I just need to. Did I do something wrong here? Maybe it's complaining that I did it this way. I think if I just export it up here as it is, if I export display data like that, then it will work in the app. So, unless I spelled something wrong.
Display data.
This should work. Why?
Let's figure it out.
It's just declared, but its value is not read, so that means down here at contestants display.
Oh,
we're
that's
supposed to
why.
say
Yes.
display data. So
Instead, yeah. Okay.
basically, the important thing is like as you saw there, we previously like where we exported it from, its name was different.
Yes.
But if I'm going to go back and just export default because that is kind of like the better practice for
Cool.
components.
Cool.
So I'm going to export default display data.
Cool.
So that's done in the contestants display. And back in the app now, like we have to take this away, and like this means it's a default export, and we can change this to anything, and you can just like literally go and change it down here and say anything, and like it will work. It
Awesome.
will work perfectly fine.
Sweet.
So like that's how these kind of export things work. But
Awesome.
I like to like go next level and sort things even more because I'm working on like a giant project.
Yes.
So I'm just going to change this back to display, or I'll call it contestants display again.
Cool.
Yes, I spelled it right. Brilliant. And okay, cool. You've already changed that for me. Thanks.
Yeah, just check it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool. So yeah, we can use that capitalize method in here. Obviously you could just import capitalize if you wanted to, like as it is there.
Oh yes.
But what I like to generally do is I create like a helpers folder. I'll either call it like helpers or like utils for like utilities. But helpers works nicely. Like in VS Code, like I have like a nice I just have like a nice little setup with like I use a special icon theme, so like it looks cool when I have like helper, like when folders are named a specific way.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, you'll probably see it. Like it's in my like tutorial, my
awesome,
course. But yeah, like so I make this new helpers folder, and then inside here, I make a file and I call it index. And this is how I do most of my components. Sorry, I'm used to doing TS. It's JS for what we're gonna do now. And in here, I can I'm going to copy the capitalize function over.
Okay.
So in here, I could just say like export const capitalize. So now, like back in app, if we wanted to, I mean, this is a pointless example. You could just hard code app in there. It doesn't really matter. But now we can get capitalized from. I took out the from. That was not useful.
Before.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put it down here. You can import capitalize. Again, if I can spell. Why can't I spell this? There we go.
Yeah. There we go.
Capitalize from /helpers. You don't have to say helpers/index because index basically means like look at the root file. Like index is the root file for something. So that's just like a handy little trick. Like you can say /index, but if you just call it index like that, this works. So this works fine. And it suddenly means that in the contestants input, we can like get rid of the function here because we've put it in our helpers, and we can just import it. Capitalize again from /helpers.
And now we can remove it from here.
And if you wanted to add like other helpers, Yeah, like I think I did remove it there from the contestants input. Yeah, you could also remove, I mean, this part. Yeah, and we just gotta remove the whole comments because this is what it does. But now this capitalize, obviously you can just keep it somewhere else to keep this file simple and
Yeah.
reuse that function throughout the app if you wanted to.
That is so
Now,
sick.
yeah, and you can make like another function like export
Yeah.
const get name and sorry, wrong syntax. And I'll just make it like return Barry, or
Yeah.
like return app, and we'll call it get app name.
Cool.
And then like in like app, you could
Yeah.
like get another import here, and you say get app name,
Oh yeah.
and then
Sweet.
down in here you could like write. It doesn't take any parameters. It's just like
Yeah.
the function that we made. Get app name. Again, you'd never do this. I'd literally just hard code
Yeah.
it because it's like, but I mean it shows off the thing. Okay, it's complaining it capitalized isn't being used, but that's because it isn't. We took it out. So you can have like multiple files in here if you wanted to. Now, like one of the problems that I tend to have is like in my like work app, we have a lot of helper functions. So we have like tons of them. So what I would do is I'd actually make like a folder for each one. So I'll make a capitalized folder, and then I'll make I would go and make a get app name folder, and this is how I name my files. Like I just like keep it all lowercase and like dash case. And I do this with my components as well. Like I actually put my components into files, so I'll show you that just now as well.
Sweet.
And now, like, I've just got to create an index file and get app name. Sorry, it's .js. I keep writing .ts. I don't think you see that. You only see.
No, I didn't see that.
I keep writing like index.ts because
it's
TypeScript. So
sweet.
In this case, I can actually just like. There's a bunch of ways you can do this. But in general, I would actually like go and say like export default get app name. Because the way I'm gonna use it later is like it's just nice if we're exporting it like that.
It's not all in one thing.
Yeah,
so
I think me for now like here's another way is you can actually export default and then just the actual function if you wanted to. But I prefer not to do that because then when you like kind of import it and use it somewhere, sometimes your IDE like gives you little hints on what it is and what it's called. And like I don't know, it's just like. You could use this. I've used this sometimes, but I don't anymore. Just so that like the name matches the file name and all that stuff. So you could export default this, or you could like export const this. I'm gonna leave both of them there now, just to show you that there's two ways to handle this.
Awesome.
So if we go to our helpers index, wait, I'm gonna put the
capitalize.
Yeah, I'll put the capitalize in its function as well.
Cool.
Just because we need to keep that. Yeah, and I'm also just going to export default capitalize.
Cool.
So like there's two exports here, but I'm probably going to get rid of one. I just want to show you both ways to deal with it. So now we've got those two files there. Now obviously if we deleted this now, in app, you can't like, you're gonna have to import get name from helpers / get name, which is like a mission because like you've got to like know exactly where it's kept and stuff, and that's not nice. What if you want to use both helper functions in one? Then you've got to like make two imports. So what you do with this thing, it's like basically you put the whole thing into like a helpers module. You can
I see
export.
That,
You can pretty much export all from capitalize. This is one way to do it. And then export all from get app name. Which is like one way to do it. I prefer to do it another way that's slightly longer, but like kind of makes more sense in the end. So doing it this way, you can like I'll forget about my favorite way later. We'll do that later. But if we go into app, this works again. Like you can import get app name. Like it
That's
works.
so cool.
Obviously, if you go into get app name and you change it to like get app names,
It won't work.
it
Yeah.
won't work. Yeah. And obviously, like the line underneath the export default, we're not really using that right now.
Yeah.
So what I tend to do is I'm gonna get rid of this export on top for
Cool.
that, and I'm gonna export default get app name.
Cool.
I'm just gonna make a space between it because why not? Yeah, see, you've actually got like a code thing that automatically adds the semicolons on. So the same way you could actually
Yeah.
print something out to remove them. So it doesn't matter. It's good that they're like it forces consistency. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we've got this export default get app name. So if
Yeah.
we go back into our helpers index over here, instead of exporting
Yeah.
all from get app name, we don't actually have like exported functions from there now because a
Yeah.
default export doesn't count like the export const does. It doesn't work that
Yeah.
way. Default works like the way we did our components.
Yeah.
So what we can say is we can say export default as get app name. So we're exporting the default thing that's been exported from get app name, and then we're calling it this.
Okay.
So
Cool.
this is what we like when we say as, we like name it as this.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah. So and I'm gonna do the same for capitalize just because
Cool.
that's what I do. So I'm gonna remove that const up there because we're not using it. Well, we were using it, but now we're gonna change it to export default. I'm about to sneeze. No, I'm not sneezing. Never mind. I was like literally like I can't hold it. Okay, cool.
That's the worst feeling, man.
Yeah. So I like this because you have like a better idea of like what is coming out of your
Yes.
helpers folder. You know, like it's called capitalized. You know, you've got get name coming from there. And now
Cool.
in both of our
Sweet.
stuff, like, I guess in app, you know, we can see that we're exporting get app name from like just helpers. We didn't have to say slash get app name, and we could
Sweet.
get capitalized from here as well. So often, like in a file, you might want to use more than one helper, and this is just nice to keep it like organized. It's like a bit more work to maintain that, but yeah. And I mean, you can literally like if you wanted to, I'm just gonna show it for the heck. Grouped functions or group stuff, and like you can have like, so I've made like another folder, and you can make like I'll just make function 1 and like another function 2.
Yeah.
And let's just pretend those are there. So in group stuff, you could like make a file, index.js.
Which is basically like the index.js for helpers, correct?
Yeah, and you can like export defaults as like func1. Again, it's not going to work now from dot slash because I'm not going to go through the whole process and like
no, I understand.
dot. And then in this index, you can. This is where you'll do your export all from dot slash group stuff. So this is where you can like really go next level.
Awesome.
Like in my case, I have a whole bunch of functions that are just about like converting things, like from one format to another. So in my big helpers folder, I have like a smaller subfolder called like convert, and then underneath it's all the files that are like convert this to that. So like
awesome.
I mean, let's do it for group stuff, like just how I would name it. I'd say convert, and then an example is for func1, I'd say date to timestamp. And then in the convert default here, I'll say convert date to timestamp. And then you're just getting from date to timestamp. It's like you don't have to say convert and then convert date to timestamp because it's in the convert folder. So the only time I like merge the two, like convert and date to timestamp, is when I'm naming the actual function to be used somewhere else. Sweet. Anyway, I am gonna delete that because not very useful, and the whole concept kind of like I've just shown you that it can be nested.
Yeah, I understand. That's awesome.
So yeah, there is that. Yeah, and I guess
Reciprocal.
the default as, like, you can even, like, if you wanted to, up here in the app file, like for React, I could say
Yeah.
use state as use s, and then down here I'd have to, where I use it, I can say like use s. So this as function is very normal. You basically,
Okay.
like, you're renaming it.
Okay, so you just rename.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you rename it, like, in case you have like two different libraries that like have the same terminology.
Yeah.
They might name their function the same. This is how you can like get
Okay.
around it. But I mean, it's best to kind of
Cool.
avoid this as much as possible.
Okay.
Like by just naming stuff properly. But there are cases where
Oh,
it makes
sweet.
sense to like
Oh, that's
do
rad.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can actually even do it with there's another way of destructuring, like in renaming stuff. I'm just trying to find an
Yeah.
example of where we do that. Because we're not really destructuring in this part of the app. Maybe in the input. Yeah, I think we stopped destructuring the whole time. No.
Wait.
Oh,
No,
yeah, display data. If we look at the
yes.
contestants, um, so in display data,
There
we're
we go.
destructuring contestants from props here.
Yeah.
Now, if you wanted to, you could rename this to just cont, like that.
Okay, it's just like that, and then
Sounds
change that.
dodgy,
Okay.
but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll just make it like C. But also, like, in general, don't
Sweet.
rename. Like, I almost
Yeah.
never rename unless I absolutely need to. And even if I need to, I try and, well, yeah, so unless I
Work
absolutely
around
need
it.
to, I'll
Yeah.
try and like find another way.
Okay. Sweet, man.
So that's an option. It's not to be confused with like with this. Um,
Yes.
This means we're getting like name and points from like the contestant. In this case, we've got contestants, so this won't work. But I mean, like, if
Okay.
this was just one contestant, if it was props
Yeah.
contestant, then you could actually get like name and points out of that. So you're destructuring like one level deeper.
Okay.
So that's what the curly brackets are for. If the
Okay.
curly brackets weren't there, you're just like changing the word to name. So
Okay.
a lot of people, when they start destructuring, get confused between those two.
Basically, just to, like
Yeah.
basically in our contestant.js,
Yes.
that's also more destruction there, correct?
Um. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, this in this case,
Yeah.
well, it's fine because in this case we've maybe like let me go to contestants.display
Yeah.
and down here instead of spreading contestants, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say contestant equals contestant, like this. I still prefer the spreading method just because like it's cleaner this side. And then over here, you won't have name and points anymore. You'll have contestant.
Okay.
And then here you can get name and points from there.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's how that would work.
So again, you just use the brackets here and they, close up
Okay.
and you're getting name out of
Sweet.
this. When you do this, you can't actually get contestant anymore. So if you try to like console log contestant, it'll be like we couldn't find contestant.
Oh
So
yes.
because you're kind of saying like ignore this now and rather use this. Because you could have like
Okay.
a
Great.
name that's the same in your like email and then like email in there or something. Some people have weird data structures.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Awesome.
yeah, like what you're doing there is you're ignoring that. But I mean, again,
Great.
you see it's this versus spreading the props across. So
Okay.
I think spreading them is
Awesome.
nicer here, unless you were gonna use this for like more than one thing.
Yeah.
In this case, it's very like specific to just the contestant. So you want to try keep that like simple.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's that with the naming stuff.
Awesome. Hmm.
Very useful stuff. Yeah, I don't know if you have any more questions on that. And that's also how we can sort
Um.
our components.
Maybe just so when we are, could you just do something underneath here by this contestants
Yeah,
where it's spreading them, yeah?
yeah,
Just like with a little thing showing like how that spreads the contestants. What it
Okay, yeah.
just
So let
like
me
yeah.
basically say I'm gonna just make like the main one. Oops. So we have our contestants here. This is exactly the same as saying contestant is name equals contestant dot name, and
Okay.
points equals contestant fucking spell dot points.
Okay. Sick.
So
All right.
that's pretty much what this does. Is like
Oh,
it takes
geez,
all of
okay.
these. If your contestants had another variable in there, it would just
Yeah.
like slap it on as another
Spread
prop.
whatever.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, it basically takes everything that's in contestant. Yeah, and at the moment contestant only contains name and points, so it spreads those. So in this case where I
Okay.
know it just
Awesome.
does that, and I know it will always just be that, like I can do this. But
Sweet,
yeah.
man. Okay,
So
that's really cool. Okay.
yeah.
Now I get a better understanding. I understood what it did, but now that obviously
Yeah,
like
this is like
imprinted.
exactly what basically gets
Yeah.
output by that, and that's why
Yeah.
it does that. Yeah.
Barry, I must tell you also, I'm very visual, bro. So
Yeah.
like when I can see is best, you know, like if I
Yeah.
see and do, it's always best than if I'm told so much to say.
Yeah, yeah, I
But
think I'm
yeah,
the same.
yeah,
I'm like I need
it's
to
weird.
like see this pattern, Like that's
Yeah,
the
you
thing. I
got to
think when
see
I'm
it.
explaining it, it's like it's in my head. I totally see it in my head, but I don't actually show it. Um,
Yeah, but
yeah,
yeah, you know what I mean. It's
yeah,
pretty cool like that, you know. And then also like anything like in general, if someone's explaining something to me, they could be explaining uh say a soccer ball to me, but I know what a soccer ball looks like, but I'm just saying out of instance, they could be explaining a soccer ball to me. And in
yeah,
my head, this thing's gonna have such weird shapes with what they've explained to me and
yeah,
all different aspects on it. But then when they show me the thing, then I'm like, dude, you should have just done that before.
yeah, yeah. That's crazy here.
Yeah, it's quite cool.
Yeah, it's just insane. Like,
Yeah, different people though, hey, like some people have more of a like visual, some people have they listen better, some
yeah.
people, yeah, it's just all different.
No, I'm also not a good listener unless I'm specifically focused on like visualizing while listening.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
do with coding though. Like when you talk, I really like focus and
yeah,
I am able to
yeah.
understand it a lot more. So that's
So
awesome.
I think since we're on
Yeah,
the topic of like organizing like our sort of folder stuff there on the side, I made a
yeah,
new components folder now.
okay,
And if we look at our app stuff now at the moment, um,
yeah,
we have like we've got our header and we've got our contestants display and we've got our contestant input. Like these are
yeah,
three components are like main components that we use. Um,
yeah,
so I'm gonna make like a new file, a new
yeah,
folder,
yeah.
and like organize it so it's not just all spread across like your source folder. So
Yes, I
inside
see. Okay,
components, I'm gonna say like header and like I'll make another one, contestant display, or I guess it should be contestants display. Let me rename that.
cool.
And then yeah, the final
Input.
one is contestant input.
Yeah, sick.
And I mean, well, what I could even do is like just put them like into a contestant, and then there's one like input and one display.
Oh
But
yeah,
like I think this is good for now because they are
cool.
like there's not that many stuff. So I'm gonna make a new file inside the root of components, call it index.js,
Okay.
and I'm gonna give everything else an index.js too. Um, yeah, I think a lot of people ask like, why don't you just call it like contestant slash input.js and then like export it all from there? And I just kind of find it easier to folder it because sometimes like
Yeah.
I'll actually show you why because later on you might start using styled components, which is what I use. It's also my course, um, and like I like to kind of group everything related to contestant input in that like folder. So sometimes
Yes.
it's more than just the index.
Okay, cool.
And also like on VS Code, like my material UI, like it just looks cool. So it looks a
Awesome.
lot like more ordered, and it does
Sweet.
exactly the same thing.
Okay, sick, man.
So yeah, it's to help group. Anyway, new file into contestant input. I'm gonna make index.js, and I'll do that for the display as well. So yep, tedious up front, but
Yeah.
it's like quite useful down the line, and I will definitely show you why. So the first thing, let's just like move the header into there.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna copy all the contents of header, and
Cool.
as it is now, it's like good to go. Right. Obviously styles now is gonna come like further up. There is a way to make this like easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the moment it's gonna be messy. Like what
Cool.
I do in my app is like I've got a setup where it just does this like slash, and it will go to like the root, the source folder,
Okay,
and
cool.
do like, you know, you're sorted.
Sweet.
Um,
I did input so long.
oh yeah, sweet, cool.
Cool.
Input might be will it be more difficult? No, I think it's just the display that will be a bit more difficult. Cool. You do inputs long. I'm gonna delete the header file because we're not using it anymore.
Sweet.
Like the root one, and I'm gonna start by exporting default as header from ./header. Cool. And then in app, because we're missing our header file, I'm gonna do our first like import from components. I'll just do it like down here. Import header. If I could spell header right without messing up the caps. From ./components. Cool. So that's the thing. Right, I'm lost. Where are you at the moment?
Wait. Yeah, add header quickly.
I'm gonna remove that line where we're importing the old header that doesn't exist. So now everything will work again.
Cool.
So again, we're getting like a header from components, and in components we're exporting default as header from header, like, which is all good and sorted there. I mean, header we can also change into a functional component if you wanted to.
Okay.
It'd be pretty straightforward. Right, so input, you've done input already, which is great. Obviously the helpers now is also going to be like backslash, like backslash, which is like annoying right now, but we haven't like set up our I don't think we like, maybe let me just try.
We haven't got a header. Have we? We haven't got a header file, have we? The index.js in the header. Mine doesn't have it.
Inside components.
Yeah.
So source components, header, index.js. Mine's there. I mean, let me try rerun and save. Maybe just refresh.
The entire thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it too. It says available update. So
there we go. I refresh. Is your side working? The app working?
Let me just check. I'm also refreshing. It's just taking a while. Don't know why it's taking so long. Freaking annoying.
That's a bit old. There we go.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, because I don't know, mine didn't have the header. I was like,
right. Yeah, I am in header index, and yeah, if you want to change that to, I just want what was I looking at? I was looking at something else. The contestant input. I think. I'll be there in like a second. I'm just like testing some things out.
Cool.
Yeah, this seems to work quite nicely actually. If you look at app.js,
yeah,
I think it's working. No, it doesn't work. Never mind. I don't know what helpers works. So for some reason, when I do Like it's the thing I'm testing with Code Sandbox right now.
Yeah.
I know it freaks out. So there's like a setup that you can like make, and I don't know how to do it in Code Sandbox because I've usually worked with this in TypeScript,
Okay.
and I make it so that like you can just see everything in sources like root.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's I don't know if
Not
I
really working.
yeah I just feel like I need to Google it. So I'll do that between now and
Sweet.
tomorrow to like figure that out. But let's go back to
Okay,
our header
sweet.
components. For now, we'll just deal with the really long, disgusting import
It's super chilled.
route. Yeah. So again, helpers from like in contestant inputs is going to be like weird. And then the final thing that we have to do is contestant display. So
Cool.
I think just since we're cleaning up, I'm going to delete the contestant input.js file.
Cool.
And then in our components, I'm going to export it so we can get our app working again. So I'm going to export default as contestant input.
Cool.
There we go. I might as well put the default export for the contestant display
Next
as well.
one too, yeah.
Contestant display.
Cool.
From .slash contestant display. Cool. That last one won't work because obviously it just won't. So back in our app file, I'm getting rid of contestant input. That import, and I'm sticking it in at the components import over there.
Great.
So that's that. Now finally, contestants display. This one is gonna be like a little bit different. So yeah, I'm gonna like copy all the stuff over.
Cool.
And then obviously that contestant, like actual individual contestant, comes from /out contestant, like that. I'm gonna go into the app file and just quickly add in contestants display as a thing because I'm about to delete the contestants display file. So yeah, sorry, lots of cleanup and lots of like running around to find everything. But this is like the wonderful stuff that makes things like slightly better.
Awesome.
I guess my name components is stupid, so I'm gonna get rid of that because that was just to show off stuff yesterday. So why is it freaking out? Contestants display. I think it's just freaking out that
You don't think it has to do with the contestant?
It's already been the contestants display has already been Siri's freaking out again. It's because contestant display was being imported like from its previous place. So now I just have to figure out why this is not working.
I think but you've already brought in the contestant from the outside.
It's because I spelled contestants display wrong and left the S out in the components. So I know like now you've got to like look across files, but like down the line, like when you have your files organized, you can really like scope your work. Like you can be like, okay, I'm doing this. So the final thing, and this is why I keep things into like in folders, is in contestant display. I'm gonna make a new file called contestant. And that's where I'm gonna move the contestant code into. So in here, not a new file. I meant to make a new folder. My bad.
That's fine.
New directory.
Okay.
It takes like so much longer on this compared to like VS Code. it's chill. So I'm gonna take contestant and I'm gonna copy it into that space. Again, the styling thing is gonna be pretty much a mess for now because you gotta like go out like far. Oops, sorry. Styles.css. But like again, later on, he'll
Yeah.
show us how to make that nicer. I must actually just
Sweet.
research how to do it like quickly with Code Sandbox, and I'll test it and
Cool.
show you as a quick thing like tomorrow or something.
Awesome.
So now the reason I put the contestant in there is because in our contestants display, it's like this contestant only gets used there, so it's specific to this component.
Cool.
So you kind of like just, very much like components are made out of other components, and then we put them all together on like
So those two are grouped together basically.
So I can
Awesome.
delete contestants now, the actual file, because it's down in contestant
already.
display.
I wanted to just ask, do we need to have a contestant folder inside of contestants display?
No, you don't. You could just make it contestant
Okay.
JS if you wanted to. Yeah.
Okay.
I go with like this practice because you never know when you want to add, like, again later on. You'll see it in my course, but like later on you might want to make a helper, but like that doesn't have to be part of the root helpers. It's like a helper function that you're just going to use in one place. And then in that case, I put it in a helpers file in contestant. Like, so yeah, you don't have to have it like as granular like this, especially if you're working on like a fairly small app. You really don't need to. But like when it gets to bigger apps, it's like
so sick.
I've made it as part of my like just part of my sort of coding style guide to do this.
Yes.
And
That's
like
good.
people will find it tedious for a day, and then they're like, "It's so great! I know exactly where everything is." Like with this structure, you can read like
so easily.
You can read the structure of the app. Like that contestant is inside contestants display. But yeah, in this case, you could obviously like not stick it in its own folder like by itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can obviously see that, and then like back in the app,
that's so sick.
you're just importing everything in from one place.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
So that's mostly what I wanted to show today, is just how you can kind of structure and
that is
bring
so
order
awesome
to things. Again, like I'll start off like if we jam tomorrow. I don't know if you're up for that,
dude. Of course.
Yeah, then we can do the other like thing where we
awesome. And it also like like it's so much more simplified. Obviously, it's like you can see app.js. That's the main folder. That's the main file.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then
That's like your entry point, and then like
components is up there. Helpers is over there. That's like super cool.
Yeah. No, I'll send you like a screenshot of like my project when they're all closed
Yeah,
up,
please
of like
do,
what it
man.
looks like.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
On like at its base level, like without it like all opened up.
Sweet. Yeah, let me check that out.
And it's like it's just like it's so organized. Like this is here, this is here, this is here. Because I have I have like a folder for hooks where I make my custom hooks.
Okay.
And then there's like one for pages.
Yes.
There's one for routes, because we have like different like app routes to go to depending on what role you are. There's like just a core folder where I chuck like everything that's not like important into this. Well, like it is important, that's why it's in the core folder. But like it doesn't have like another special place to go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch. Like even
send it to me. I want to check it out.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
And then with my icon theme, it's just all like pretty. But yeah, that whole setup is at like the beginning of my like advanced React TypeScript course thing.
Awesome.
So yeah,
sick.
You can check that out there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, is there anything specific that you want to focus on? Like, like we could even plan for tomorrow, or like.
Yeah, so maybe I was thinking if we could tomorrow. So now obviously I wanted to say like, how would we take this now and have this as like the input as a separate division as the display of the when it's put in, so a display of the data must obviously, like when we type a name in and points, So I'm typing my
Okay,
name,
yeah.
for instance,
No, I get what you mean. So you have
and
like
then
kind of two different views, like one to display and one to add data. So there's like
yeah, which is obviously the input is the admin side, and then the display. How would we do something like that? Because that really has been on my mind a lot.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, I think we can do a basic example tomorrow, and we can also I can
Cool.
show you routing so that we can implement like
That'd be
routes,
sick.
and then
Awesome.
that would be pretty cool. Because then I can show you like how you do it without routing.
Yeah. Yo,
So
dude,
where
I'm
you
not
use
gonna
like
sleep
states,
tonight. I'm so
and
excited.
then how you do it like with routing, which is like
Yo,
a little bit different.
yes, that's so rad.